Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. Let's change the overlay, shall we? Just for a little second, because this is no longer Football Inc. We're back to Spurs Talk Show. How are you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all happy and healthy, doing the things you love with those you love to do them with. Am I going live at the right time, though? I don't even know what's going on. My channel's a little bit out of sync at the moment. Have I screwed up somehow on the way? I don't think I have. Guys, what's crack-a-lacking with you? I just want to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, we're back in the game. What's going on, people? What's going on? Smash the like button out of the liking game if you know what you're good for you. If your life depended on it, would you smash the like button? If the answer is yes, then why haven't you? It's not like I'm going to do something to you if you don't, but just pretend. Let's play pretend and smash the granny. I got myself a Thatcher's. We got ourselves a story or two regarding Don Paratici. What do you think about this one? Suspended sentence. Is he going to come back to Tottenham? Well, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why he won't. And I'll tell you what else. Not why he won't, why he probably wouldn't. I'm not going to be someone that attaches myself to permanent things anymore. I learned that lesson with the Morgan Gibbs White debacle. Remember that? Hashtag August was long. August was long for me. My criminal, my jailmate, my director of football. Not my director of football no more. If you remember this channel from way back when, back in the day, back in like season 1 of the Spurs Talk Show, season 2, it might have been 22, 23 season. Me and Bugsy, it was Bugsy's work more than my own, we did like a whole series on the Paratici scandal. We did a whole series, like 8-part series. I was out taking the dog for walksies, and we were talking about all the left and rights and the ins and the ups and downs and the outs and all this stuff. And I landed on my take, which was Daniel Levy is jeopardizing, he's risking, he's throwing himself into an unknown environment that he wouldn't ever, no one would go about a situation whereby you have essentially aligned yourself to an opinion, to a take, to a loyalty curve, an arc, if you will, that basically had no needs, no measures, no merit. All to find out that the geezer was banned for 3 years. And the Levy out people, they were busy talking about Jack Grealish failed transfers. They were busy talking about, we wanted Bruno, we got Gedson. And I'm sitting there as the geezer that protects Daniel Levy going, hello. If you really want a thing to like have a cracker on which has merit, talk about this. They didn't care. And if they don't care, I don't care, because he was my chairman. But you know what? He's gone. Paratici's just got his statement out. I haven't got the full announcement. I got the Sun's version of it. Forgive me. I've also got an article. Listen, I'm not the sort of geezer that pays mainstream journalists. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I'm not paying these mainstream media journalists absolute shills for media, mainstream media and mainstream politics. I ain't paying no 7 days website access. I'm not giving my thing away. So what I have done is I found a little, do you remember that old thing called the 7-foot ladder where you could like jump across the paywall? Well, that's gone. You can't do that so much anymore. Once again, they're ahead of it. But what I have managed to do is go through the HTML code, and I've basically got the article. I know what I'm doing. I know how to get an article when you shouldn't be getting an article. So screw you, mainstream media. That's what I'm saying to you, Telegraph. I ain't giving you my email address, and I'm not paying for none of your access. But you have put out an article with regard Harry Kane. You know? Harry Kane. To the song of, to the tune of Purple Rain. Harry Kane. I only want to see you when you play at White Hart Lane. Harry Kane. You know, I can't sing, but I can put the right words in the right order. What's going on with my overlay, by the way? What is going on with my overlay? It's having a mad minute. Let's get rid of this bad boy. Let's bring back the one that we want. There you go. By the way, today's show, ladies and gentlemen, today's show is sponsored by OK Jersey. That one. These guys right here. OKJersey.com. Or if you want to get the camera out, take a picture of me. And whilst you're there, take a picture of this bad boy. We're using your QR code. You go to OKJersey.com. You know what you get? You get the best replica jerseys in town for the best price. 15, 16, 17 pounds, something like that, with all your badges, all your names, your numbers, whatever you want. And you can't ask fairer than that. But what you can ask is for a discount code. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, your boy Sean has a discount code for you. Check it out right down there. With code SEAN Sean, you get yourself a further 8% discount. What about that? What about that? We got some things to talk about before the Spurs 5 tonight. I've just poured myself a Thatcher's. I've finished my long day at work. It's time to rat-a-ta-ta. Are you in for the rat-a-ta-ta? If you're in, clink. What are we doing here? I hadn't even swallowed and I got the hiccup. I hadn't even swallowed and I got the hiccup. What the hell is going on? It's like my body smelt it. It knew what was coming. My body's getting fine-tuned. Fine-tuned like a well-oiled machine, like a Thomas the Frank engine. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let's find out what's going on with the chat. Big up to you, chat. Big up to you, Rowan. How you doing, mate? Listen, bro. By the way, Rohin, I see you on Twitter. I see what you're doing on Twitter. You think I'm a donut, bro? You think I'm a donut? You're trying to wind me up. You're trying to create chaos and carnage between me and other members of the Spurs 5. Bro, I don't care. I don't care. I saw what you did. I see what you did. I see what you've done. It's fine, but I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not in the mood. I don't care about things in the past, my man. I don't care. But for what it's worth, not that I care in any way. I don't care. But that geezer who used to run the Hotspur hood, Tommy, whatever his name was, absolute weapon. Absolute bozo. Anyway, don't know what he had in for me, but I went back and saw some of his stuff. That guy's a complete plank of all Planksville. So, but anyway, yeah, but don't try and wind people up, mate. Don't try and wind people up and then come on the channel and asking me what suspended sentences mean. Google it. Google it. Ronnie, he will get jail if he does it again, basically. There you go. You got the answer. You don't need to Google it because Ronnie's here. Captain Ronnie, ITK. Chat Ronnie TP. That's what we're doing. Blaine, what's crack-a-lack? And he says, evening all, slap the bejesus out of that like button. Give it a little rub. Rub the sub. Drum the thumb. Yell at the bell. And drop those thoughts. Keep them coming. Evening, AJ Healy. What's crack-a-lacking to you, my man? Evening. My criminal, says Spurs King. He is. He's our criminal. But is he, though? I don't think he is. We're going to talk about it in a second. Evening, James. El Dante. Yes, guys, how are we all? We're all good, El Dante. Good to see you. Good to see you, James. Good to see you, James. Good to see you, Groucho. Paratici a crook. We should steer well clear of him. Do you know what I mean, Groucho? I was saying this 2 years ago. Everybody and their dog is saying that Paratici is the best thing since sliced bread when it comes to directors of football. Is he? Is he? He isn't. He isn't. He comes with his own bag of tricks and certainly his own baggage. And this geezer, for me, we can steer clear of him. He did well as a Tottenham guy. We'll come to the story in a minute. I'm going to get to the story. Don't rush me. Don't rush me. What are we doing here? Why are you rushing me? None of you are rushing me. I'm rushing myself. I'm getting ahead of myself thinking that you guys are rushing me, but you're not rushing me at all. What are we doing? What are we doing? Scott Spur, big up to you, Scotty boy. ING. Axatos, big up, Shawnee. Big up, Alex. How you doing, mate? How you doing, buddy? Good to speak to you again the other night, mate. You're always fun, man. You are always fun. I've never seen an Austrian man speaking English doing South African accents and pulling them off, by the way. Pulling them off like I did when Helga broke my heart. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, people. Big up to you, Eugene. What's crack-a-lacking? Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. Clickbait Butler. Me? Moi? Clickbait? Nah, click-worthy. click-worthy. I hope. If you think I'm click-worthy, smash the granny. Smash the granny like it's never been smashed before. Dean Law, as always, my guy is here to start the train. Chew to you, Deanie. Chew to you, my man. I haven't stopped it. He gets another tug. Pause. Big up to you, Dean. Big up to you, my man. I hope you're all happy and healthy. Wherever you're doing, wherever you are, mate. Looking forward to seeing you at Wolves. Chad the Bob, big up to you, Chaddy boy. What's cracking? Like he says, Paratici is the Lookman of the football directors. Seems promising, but damaged goods. Yeah, maybe. Has problems everywhere he goes. On the field, very good. Off the field, nightmare. Potentially. We shall see. I think Lookman is still a la-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta tasty, if you know what I'm saying. Where are we? Where are we in the chat? Where are we? Where did we get to in the chat? We got to where Dean Law was. Strategist here. Hey, Shawnee, I'm not sure I care about Paratici, but he seemed to be fishing in a more first-team ready pond. Well, he was the first-team guy, if I'm honest. It was more around the Lang. That one's long. I've been watching a lot of... Have you guys seen Pen Game? The battle rappers. Pen Game. I've learned so much culture since I discovered that channel. Learning all these words like Leng, and that's pretty much the only word I've learned, to be honest. But basically, Johan Lenger. No, because Leng's actually a good word, isn't it? It means good. It means good things. I think it means pretty. I think she's Leng. I think that means she's good looking. So, maybe it doesn't make any sense. Let's just carry on. Appreciate you, Stratus. Paul Markey. The sad result is we lose the Don and get stuck with that numpty Lang. Lang game. Don Paratici, smooth criminal. He's definitely a smooth criminal. Well, he's not so... He's a bit rough around the edges, though, isn't he, AJ? What's happening? It's good to see you. Don Paratici, my criminal, says Tom Martin. Big up to you. Come on, you Spurs. Hobbit Warlord, hi. Coming... Comigi Hom, his coming home. I think you're trying to say he's coming home. He's coming home. Harry's coming home. Apparently not. See, what I said to you about this this Telegraph article. Should we get going? Shall we get going? Or should I just quickly come and say hello to a few more people? Ankle Tag FC says, no, good to see you. James having a laugh. The Donna about is as corrupt as Sean's singing. What are you talking about? It's not corrupt, baby. Bumblebee. See? Perfecto. Let's see what we're doing here. You got quite a good voice, Sean. Mate, my voice probably put me to sleep. Well, come back for the late shift. Come back at midnight. You know? Come back at midnight, baby. That's what I'm saying. What's that then? Nicky Boy lays it. Always been partial to Harry Kane via Rick James's Mary Jane. Harry Kane. Now, Rick James's Mary Jane? No, I'm doing Purple Rain, Nicky Boy. You can do your own. Send me a voice note and I'll play it through the mic, buddy. Send me a voice note and I'll play it through the mic. Don't sit there. Don't sit there and type away like you've got some better version. I'm doing Purple Rain, but only wanna see you when you play at White Hart Lane. Harry Kane. Come on now, what we doing? I don't care about him at Bayern Munich. Does anyone else care about him at Bayern Munich? I don't think so, but that's up to you. If you want to care about him, I don't care. Let's talk about it. The artist formerly known as Sean, says Robert Powell. Love to see it. How many chats are ahead of me? I'm behind. Unironically great vocals, mate, says PB and Jam. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate Simo, those telling me to stop. What are you worried about? You worried about Simon Cowell signing me up, and then there's no more Spurs talk show because I got to jump on Britain's Got Talent to come and murder a couple of vocals. What are we doing here? Darren Fearon, listen, mate. Green is not a nice colour on your font, bro. Not a nice colour on your font. What are we doing here? I'm just telling you that we've got something to work on there. I'm getting in touch with Spurs song sheet. Just saying, put it out. Sean for Eurovision. That's what with Golden Buzzer Butler. Now we're talking about it. We got some real supporters in the house. Sinead O'Connor. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Sean Sinatra. You lot are all getting on it. Did you get a photo with them? Jealous? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? The Ledley King and Sit Jermaine Defoe. Oh, Sir Jermaine. Oh, you got. Oh, this is. Oh, sorry. Drew's back in the house. Drew was in Kansas the other day. Day before yesterday. Friday night, following on our tete-a-tete with the likes of Alex and the rest. He then goes out and does a little bit of stalking, if we're honest, didn't you, Drew? Didn't you, mate? Didn't you? We know what you were doing. He was going around the classiest steakhouses in all of Kansas City, of which there are apparently 2, thinking, if I'm Jermaine Defoe and I'm in Kansas, if I'm Ledley King, where do I go before I have to do a sit down? That steakhouse that's owned by those American footballers. He knows. I know you know that I know, Drew. That's the thing. I know you know that I know. And the rest of you now know who knows what. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about a story, shall we? Let's get a little bit about some Paratici on the go. Let's figure out what exactly is going on. We don't need this. What we do need is a little bit of that. That's not the right size. That's better. A little bit of me, more of the story. And that's the wrong page. You know why? Because we don't deal with the Telegraph. Let's get on board the Sun. We don't really deal with them either. Mainstream media, in fact, the worst of the worst. But let's get into it. Under par is their decided that they picked that as a pun. I've gone something a little bit classier. Former Tottenham chief Fabio Paratici slapped with 18 months suspended prison sentence after Juventus scandal. It's unclear whether Paratici would be allowed to return to the Premier League. And why don't you find it out, Martin Lipton? Why don't you find out? It must be clear to somebody. If he's been given a sentence, the details will be there. Have I not got this article either? Oh, I do have this. I do have the article. Former Spurs director of football Fabio Paratici has been handed an 18-month suspended jail sentence in a plea bargain deal with Italian prosecutors. I'm guilty, but don't slap me. Don't just give me a slap on the wrist, eh? Paratici, 53, resigned from his Tottenham role in 23 after losing his appeal against a 13-month ban for his part in the Juventus plus Valenza scandal. The Blues Valenza. Hey, come on. I wish you were here right now, Drew. You could absolutely rip this one apart. In fact, Drew, do you want to jump on? Do you want to jump on? Do you want to jump on, Drew? I wasn't going to do... Oh, hang on a second. Nick's actually sent me a voice message. I called him out for it. Wait a minute. I'm listening to this for the first time.
I'm in love with Harry Kane. He's my main man. With on or off the ball. They're going to run when they hear us call.
Can you hear that? Oh, look, I asked, he delivered. Fair play to you, Nick. Fair play to you, Lazy 8. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. I said to Ecos, it's better. His one's better. His one's better. Was it? I don't know. Harry Kane. I don't know, Nick. I don't know, mate. It's very good, though. Very, very, very good. Am I on one? Not yet. I've only had literally 2 slurps. Everyone thinks I'm drunk on every stream. My body even thinks I'm drunk on every stream. I hiccuped before I even had the first gulp. What are we doing here? Come on, buddy. Work yourself out, gullet. Get that esophagus working. Drew, if you want to come on and read this story with me, I was going to go solo. But if you want to jump on for 20 minutes, half an hour, let me know. And let me know the next couple of minutes, buddy. Because if not, then I'll do the thing. I'll do the thing by myself. All right? Who's that? That's Nick Lazy 8. It's this man right here. Where is he? It's Nick Lazy 8. And he said, where is it? Where's his thing? He came in telling me there was a better way of doing what I was trying to do. Where is it? Where are you? Where have you gone, Nick? And I threw him out there. I threw it out there. I said, if you could have sent me, I don't know what song you're singing about. And he sent it to me. Fair play to the man. Show your face, Nick. He's at work. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll do the Paratici. I'll do it. I'll do it. The ex-Tottenham transfer guru and other senior Juve directors, including former Czech superstar Pavel Nedved, were found to have been part of an orchestrated scheme to mislead Serie A chiefs. Juventus carried out a transfer scam over 3 seasons by inflating official transfer fees in dealings with other Serie A clubs to create millions of pounds in capital gains for tax purposes. The scheme orchestrated head. He's the head. He's the head don. Paratici allowed Juve to spend more in the transfer market than would have been allowed under financial fair play regulations. Italian chiefs handed Paratici a 30-month ban, which was completed in the summer, and there had been rumours of a potential return to Tottenham after his pivotal role in the recruitment of... I got no idea how to do Uruguay. I'll leave that one to Drew next time. Put a note down. Someone make a note. Next time Drew's on, this Friday night, when Drew's back on the channel, he's got to handle the Rodrigo Bentancur accent. And, hello, Sean. Maddison, Kulusevski. But, fuck it, whatever. Before he was forced to step down. But the departure of Daniel Levy, who formed a close bond with Paratici, appeared to have closed that door even before the latest news. This is what I said to you lot. This is what I said to you if you're paying attention. Everyone thought Paratici was coming back. I said, is he? Is he? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. Because the only person that was on his side was Daniel Levy. And probably part of the reason why Daniel Levy is no longer here is because he took the side of a convict. I took a plea bargain. I'm not a convict. There's no guilty plea. Prosecutors had charged 8 former directors at the touring club with various allegations of stock market manipulation, and insider, obstruction, and false accounting. While the agreements, 7 of the... Fucking hell. 7 of the directors were punished, with one, Maurizio Aravenni, cleared, saw the sentences confirmed. There was no actual admission of guilt. I'm not guilty, but I will take a plea bargain. Revised rules agreed by all clubs in 2023 stated that nobody convicted of offences, including corruption, fraud, and tax evasion, could be appointed to the board of a Premier League club. Wow. Interesting. The Sun has provided a little bit of information here. Revised rules agreed by all the clubs in 2023, including Tottenham, stated that nobody convicted of offences including corruption, fraud, and tax evasion could be appointed to the board of a Premier League club. It's unclear if the agreement without a guilty plea would prevent Paratici resurfacing at a Premier League club in the future. Dirty. Former Juve president Andrea Agnelli accepted a 20-month suspended sentence, with Nedved signing up for a suspended 14-month term. At the end of it? Any other interesting stories we should be looking at right now? I don't mind going on a random one with you. Cheapest Christmas chop deals you can bag right now. No, we'll do that next week. Marcus Rashford hopes of permanent transfer to Barcelona, hit by La Liga's... No. No, we'll get back. Who's that, though? Is he fit? No. Woman 33 who attacked controlling boyfriend with a gin bottle avoids jail. Well, lucky her. And lucky Fabio. Who would you rather see in jail? This lady? Or the Don? Anyway, let's get rid of that for a second. Let's get back to the chat. What's crack-a-lacking, chat? What are we saying? What we are saying is vis-a-vis ipso facto the following. That Daniel Levy's departure made it incredibly unlikely that Don Paratici is going to come back anyway. If I was Vinay Venkatesham and I want to come in and I've already brought in a new head of communication, a new head of marketing, a new head of whatever, a lot of DEI and all that stuff mixed in there. If I'm her, can she play as a winger? I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not in the mood of getting cancelled again today. Let's do a couple of super chats, shall we? Big up to you, Ulrika Johnson. Chew to you, my love. Chew to you, girl. How are you? Hope you're keeping yourself out of trouble. It's the evening time over there. Gin and tea? G&T? Yeah? Is it poured? Have you slurped on it a little bit? Have you got out? Put the towel on? Dried your bits? Good luck to you, Ulrika. I hope you're having a good night. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Chew to you. My man, Blaine Devlin, who, by the way, Blaine has set up a new Discord. We've got a Discord channel that we're starting on the chat. So for all you people that reach out to me and say, can I join your WhatsApp group? And I say, with respect, I don't know you. Don't like my number being getting out there. Well, guess what? This man, beyond his unbelievable generosity, beyond his unbelievable ability to do his job, beyond his unbelievable insights on Tottenham, and beyond his unbelievable ability to create an amazing name of a football channel that he never actually builds content on. He's also a Discord enthusiast, and he set us up a Discord. He's super admin, so be nice to him. And once we're ready to go, you all get access. You all get access to the Discord, so we can all chat without any of you weirdos knowing my telephone number. But anyway, what's he saying? Let's have a look. Do this to the theme of when the moon hits your eye, when you've escaped jail. When you and get away with the crime, that's Paratici. There's too many syllables in there, mate. Don't work, bro. When you've signed Brian Hill, slat Spurs with the bill, that's Paratici. Da, 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 da. Mate, very good, Blaine, but this doesn't quite roll unless I can't even blame the drink. When you've escaped jail time and get away with the crime, that's Paratici. I can make it work for you, bro. When you've signed Brian Hill, slap Spurs with the bill, that's Paratici. Oh, I look like a bozo tonight, don't I? What are we doing here? Big up to you, Blaine. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Super chat, my man. Always a pleasure. And actually, having reread it, it wasn't your syllable work. It was just my ability to read. Dyslexic on a Monday. And I. Good evening, all. What have I missed? Says Totspur63. What have you missed so far? You've missed me singing songs. You've missed not a lot else. Apart from Don Paratici's probably not going to be Tottenham's director of football, which means what? What does it mean, Totspurs? And thank you very much. 2 years, mate. 2 years. That's a lot of loyalty, and I appreciate you very much. Appreciate you very much indeed. The Northern Iron bloody legend. Actually, I read that. That's actually the perfect way to do an accent, isn't it? Just read it phonetically. Appreciate you, Jeff. I'm all of the above you mentioned, but I ain't a lyrical genius. No. You're very good, my man. Appreciate you, Blaine. Very, very cool, my man. What else have we got to? What else are we saying here? Are we now saying that we're stuck? We are stuck by proxy with Johan Lang? I bloody hope not. What do you think? I think that it's unlikely that Johan Lang's here for the long term either. I'll be entirely honest, guys. I genuinely think that Johan Lang, I think his time is short-lived. I don't think Paratici's coming back. Could be wrong. Happy to be wrong. I'm never happy to be wrong. I hate being wrong. But if I am wrong, I'm wrong. But I would imagine that Vinay is just on the early stages of a massive rebuild. And I think that what we're going to have is, someone else coming in. Someone else coming in. Who was the director of football at Brentford, by the way? And is that guy, whoever that guy is that guy going to be able to come in and lift the levels? Are we just trying to do what Brentford were doing? Are we just trying to do what Brighton are doing? And by the way, should we be giving a little bit more respect on the names that are around the Bournemouth recruitment? Because they've done very, very well, haven't they, Bournemouth? Very, very well. 0-0 against Newcastle. They beat us 1-0. Clean sheets against top teams, having had 3 of their 4 centre-backs and full-backs. The entire defensive line absolutely ripped apart from them last season, and they currently sit 5th in the league or something. Very, very impressive. Hasn't the guy from Brentford gone to Newcastle, says Brian Johnson? I don't know, mate. What am I supposed to be? Some sort of well-versed football YouTube channel or something. I mean, what are we doing here? You know what? Let's find out together. Who is the director of football at Brentford? Phil Giles. He is responsible for the long-term strategy at the club, including player recruitment, yada, yada, yada. Who's the CEO of Brentford? The CEO of Brentford Football Club is John Varney. He was appointed in 2019 and was responsible for off-field operations. Okay, so we don't care about him. Who's the on-field? Phil Giles. All right, when did Phil Giles get involved? Phil Giles. Brentford FC. Let's have a look. Is he new? To be fair though, he's made Keith Andrews the manager, so I'm not sure we like him. And to be fair, he looks like, if I'm not mistaken, does he not look like? All right, check this out. This is Phil Giles, right? Is this man not a doppelganger? Like if you took the son of Dejan Kulusevski and Johan Lang, is this not the outcome? Just saying. This geezer is Dejan Kulusevski and Johan Lang. No? No? Have I lost you yet? Have I lost you yet? I don't think I have. I think you know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Danish-Swedish hybrid. A day swish. Day swish. That should be the name of a brand, by the way. All right, let's get back to it. So we need to get somebody in. What's the chat saying? Right now? By the way, we've got the Spurs 5 at 8 o'clock. If you think I was going to be wild tonight, you know what I'm going to be doing. You know what I'll be doing at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be going after people for whatever they say. I don't care who it is, what they say. I'm going to have a problem with them all. He doesn't like Piers Morgan. Have I got my ticket to Bodo? I'm not going to Bodo, mate. I'm not going to Bodo. No, we bozoed it up, didn't we? Johnny and I bozoed it up. Couldn't get a ticket. Don't think they're gay, says Harmick. Harmick Voskanian. What a name. Your first name sounds like a bleach, and your last name sounds like a vodka. And I'm on board it. I'd drink both, if I'm entirely honest. If you had put it with a mixer of Diet Coke. Heung Min. Love that. I love that. Has Stelios moved into Levy's daughter's house? I hope not. I'm not sure who I'd feel more worried about. What's going on here? Future's bright. Future's Lily White's in the gaff. Yes, surely, my man. Hope you and Bugsy are not having a good, but having a great day. Bugsy had a little meltdown earlier. She was being all weird. Being all really weird. You know, a bit of a lunatic. What was in the brown envelopes? Anyone know? What brown envelopes? My brown envelopes? Don't think so. I ain't got any brown envelopes. Anyway, other story. I'm only joking, Harmick, mate. I'm only joking, bro. My name is boring. Your name is cool. Cool as hell. Would Steve Hitchen come back? Probably. And if he does, we got problems. we got real issues, my man. He'll go, listen, Vinay, I know about this kid, right? This kid. His name's Nangi Tandom Gelly. And we should really overpay for him. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He knows how to he looks a little bit on the heavy side, but we can train that out of him. But in terms of technique, techers, wow. You know, absolutely wow. Man, can you imagine that? Is Paul Mitchell available? I think Paul Mitchell is available, didn't he? He left Newcastle, didn't he? I think he might be available. And now that Levy's out the way, Heung Min, Chow mein, chicken chow mein. I feel like I'm drunk, but I'm not drunk. I'm so sober. I feel like I'm acting like a bozo, but I'm actually sober. I mean, I've had a quarter of a bottle. Phil Mitchell in. Sign that man. Sign him. Sign him. What are we doing here? I'm all in for 8 p.m. You look like you are in the mood, Sean. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I'll tell you what might be going on. Have you ever seen these bad boys, right? So I've got like a deviated septum. Well, not deviated septum. I've got like chronic rhinitis. So I'm like ridiculously, these things are ridiculously problematic for me. I've been using them since I was like 18. They're really bad for you, right? But they clear your airways. And I'm scared about like the damage it does to your heart and stuff. So I bought these things off of. I got sold an Instagram ad, right? And it's basically like a nasal strip, but they're not like throwaway nasal strips that you get from Boots or whatever. They're like plastic things. Oh, I just dropped it. Bollocks. But you put it over your nose, and you're supposed to like attach these sticky things to your nose here. They've got magnets on the end, and then you put it on, and it just like pulls your nose apart. And I got it yesterday. And believe it or not, they actually work incredibly well. So I'm trying to wean myself off of this thing because this thing has these horrendous rebound, right? Like if you stop using that, you get like a blocked nose and you can't breathe. And I've been using my nose is so like addicted to it that can't breathe without it. So these things, for the first time ever, gave me the relief where I could go to bed for 12 hours and get a decent lung of oxygen as I was sleeping. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I'm like back to myself, back to usual, a little bit energized. No, I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk, Darren. No, I literally, this is my first beer. 100%. I've got one more for the show later. And, but yeah, I do feel energized today. And I think it might be because I'm finally getting a lung of air, 100%. I'm the only sober guy that sings a lot, even though you can't sing. Mate. Do I actually need to get out my SoundCloud account? In fact, you won't hear me singing on my SoundCloud account. But when I lived in New York, I was banging to dance music, to making music and stuff on Logic with my Mac. Go onto SoundCloud and look up a guy called Sean Shine. SeanShine. And you'll find a remix of Rihanna, Rude Boy, that I turned into like a dubstep remix. Probably my best ever achievement in my life, if I'm entirely honest. And I also remixed a couple of songs. One of them was by Kanye, and I sped Kanye's lyrics up. Anyway, listen, don't be going after me because I can't sing. Don't worry about that, mate. Don't worry about it. It's all about confidence. Anyway, Britney Spears can't sing. She made a fortune. That's what we're doing here. What are we doing here, Darren? Let's be honest. Let's be real. Appreciate you, Kulu. Appreciate you, my man. What's going on? You need to stop taking them. It will take 3 days for your nose to get back to normal, but it will be hell. Mate, when you've been using that shit for as long as I have, it will take me about 3 years. I try to wean off it. It's horrible, mate. It's horrible. 3 days. It's 3 days if you've been doing it for about a week. If you've been doing it for about 20 years, bro, my nose is screwed. But these bad boys, these little trays of things are ratatata. Okay, I'll prepare my ears. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you right now. I haven't even logged into this thing for forever. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can get it up. Pause. That sounded weird. How do I do this? Search for Sean Shine. Can I find it? There's someone else called Sean Shine. Absolutely shameless. I don't know. I'll do it another time. But it's a belter. Don't do it, Sean. You'll get hacked again. Listen, we're closing in on top spot, up to third in the FPL. Up to third. We were second yesterday. We got dumped out of it by those gits on the wrong side of North London. Those frauds. Those absolute frauds. Arteta He's too scared of losing. He's so terrified. He's so scared of being creative. And he made the same mistake a couple of years ago when he was like being all reserved at this time of the season because the geezer thinks he's the smartest man in the room. He literally thinks he's the smartest man in the room. He's like, well, maybe if I let's play non-creative football. Let's protect and reserve, and then we'll be there or thereabouts come March. And then we'll take the reins off, take the breakers off and let them go. It didn't work before. It didn't work last year. And it won't work this year because you're already 5 points behind a team that hasn't even got out of second gear yet. He thinks he's the smartest guy in the world. His ego is 100% the biggest problem at Arsenal. He's had a billy spent on him. He's got some of the best players, the best depth, and yet he can't get out of his own head. He is the problem at Arsenal. And I'm here for it. I'm happy for them. Let him get another contract. He ain't winning anything. And he should. Try nicotine patches. Good for all sorts of ailments. I've heard about this, Steve. I've heard that nicotine has been demonized recently. And demonized as being the problem, the root cause of so many problems. But it's not true, is it? Like Tucker Carlson, I think, is big into nicotine, isn't he? Let me know. Let me know what you know. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me. What are we doing here? Anyway, let's move on to the next story because we've got how much time I got? I'm going to go for another. Oh, we've been going 41 minutes already talking absolute bollocks to you lot. Wowzers. Nicotine is addictive but not damaging. So am I okay then? Am I okay vaping? Because these things are fucking addictive. So there's the nicotine in that for sure. I don't think it is though. I think those things anyway are killing me slowly. Let's see what else we're saying in the super chat spectrum. A-User, big up to you. Love you, Levy. Levy's parting gift is Paratici. Big up to you, A-User. You miss your man, don't you? I miss my man. I miss my man too. I feel so sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him actually at all. He's walking off with 50 million quid. I never feel sorry for anybody that's got paid to be hated. No chance. But I do think he's had I think the wool's been pulled over the eyes of so many donuts in the community that think he was the problem. Yes, I'm calling out Stel. Yes, I'm calling out Lubo. Yes, I'm calling out you lot if you thought the same. He wasn't the problem. He was the only person in the Premier League that was trying to fight the real problem. And you guys, you gave up on him. You hated on him. You chased him out. You hounded him out. He was the guy. Yes, he wasn't perfect. Yes, he had problems with his negotiation style. Yes, him out of the way might be able to build some bridges with teams that were cheating, that didn't like him calling them out for their cheating. But he was doing the Lord's work, trying to make sure that this game is less corrupt, more reasonable, more about a level playing field, more about figure it out through the organic means. And so many people hated on him when he was, he's imperfect. Imperfect people are everywhere. But what he was fighting an uphill battle, swimming against the tide. And so many people made him out to be the fool guy. He wasn't the fool guy. Our chairman, Robson, our chairman, man, I will never forget. And if we go on and win a trophy this year, and if we eventually get our £100 million player, or whenever it will be, we're going to get one at some point, an £80 million player in January. If we kick on from here, those people that hated him and that chastised him and went after him week after week, and every time we lost, it was his fault. All of that bollocks that we had to put up with in the Tottenham community since I've been here, at least, all of that absolute waffle that's been agendas having to agenda, who didn't understand the bigger picture problems in football that still exist, that will always exist, the inability to create cohesive, coherent rules that are actually enforceable by the corrupt officials that continue to push money around and take a little from themselves. All of those people that never understood that bollocks, you know what? They will be shameless. If we sign a player in January that's a monster, if we sign an Adam Wharton, if we sign a Savinho, if we sign a Semenyo, whatever else, they will sit there and say this would never have happened if it wasn't for Levy. And they would be right. Sorry, let me say that again. They will say this would never have happened if Levy was here, and they'd be wrong. But they would be right if they said it was never had happened if it wasn't for Levy, because Daniel Levy put us in the place we are. He got us to He did the Lord's way. He did the groundwork. He did the hard yards. And now the Levy, the Enoch kids are going to come in and try and whitewash the whole environment. It's a load of nonsense. It's a load of nonsense. And I'm not going to stand for it on this channel. I'm going to keep reminding people about what he did for us. And I hope that he's still around. I hope he's still doing things in the background. I hope he's still using his business brain to keep us competitive, because without him, there is nobody that's going to come in that's going to get those commercial deals to the same degree. Nobody that knows how to get juice from the squeeze, get blood from a stone like he does. And those people in the fan base that hated on him, so wrong. So wrong, in my opinion. But to each their own. And content's got a content. Anyway, I heard a rumor Levy got a stadium ban. Can't stand that. Can't believe that. I hope Levy is welcome at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the stadium that he built, Reese. His stadium. He should go out there. You know what he should do? He should go out there and get a consortium. Get a Saudi group together and create some Saudi company that's big into whatever, oil or something else, and call it the Levy Arena. Call it like Levy Inc. or something. And then come back and sponsor the stadium, the Daniel Levy Arena. I am here for that more than anything else. The shits and giggles would be amazing. Anyway, let's change the tune a little bit. What's they saying? A shirt deal was great, and stadium naming rights amazing. Great work there, Levy. The stadium naming rights were amazing. Great work there, Levy. Kicks. I like you, bro. But if you don't understand that there's a reason why people want the stadium naming rights and whatever they want from it, the brand recognition that they're willing to pay 20 million quid a year for. If you can't understand that not having a stadium naming rights deal also presents its own value, otherwise 10 million quid would have been enough to get the deal done. If you can't get your head around that there's an opportunity cost. There's a reason why someone's willing to pay 25 million. And therefore, not having something on there is just as good for Tottenham Hotspur. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium has done better for Tottenham Hotspur's coffers than you could possibly imagine. If people don't understand that stuff, I've tried to explain it over the years. It is what it is. And as far as the shirt sponsor, what was wrong with AIA? Or you talk about the Nike deal. The Nike deal was a shit show, for sure. The Nike deal was a shit show. 100%. But if after 25 years, all you've got is Grealish, Fernandes, Nike deal, you're clutching at straws to find reasons to hate someone that doesn't deserve the hate that he gets. And I'll die on that hill until the day I die. 100%. Levy is changing your wallpaper. Same owner. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Lipstick on a pig. Still a pig. A user, 100%, my man. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Let's move on to the second part of the show. And as I said to you guys, I am never going to pay mainstream media because I hate them. I hate them all. They're disingenuous, absolute shit shows, from written media to BBC News, Sky News. They're all the same. I will never do that. But what I can do is grab the story anyway. And so I won't be able to show it, but I've got it to read out to us here. And this is a story, right? This is about Harry Kane. He says, the fear in Germany is that Harry Kane's third season at Bayern Munich could be his last, despite the fact that the club are currently more reliant on him than at any other point in his time at the Allianz Arena. There has also been big talk around Tottenham Hotspur lately, with the Lewis family insisting that sustained sporting success is top of their agenda. Is it? Show me the money. Following the departure of former chairman Daniel Levy. If the Lewis family want to walk the walk rather than just talking a good game, they will make sure Spurs are at the front of the queue to re-sign Kane next summer if the fears in Germany are realised. Kane underlined his importance to Bayern in a superb performance against Chelsea in the Champions League, in which he scored 2 goals and a hat-trick last weekend against Hoffenheim. Kane continued his blistering start to the new season with 2 goals in Bayern's Champions League win over Chelsea last week. Sources close to Kane insist he and his family are extremely happy in Munich and have not commented on the possibility of him leaving Bayern to return to England next summer. He will celebrate his 33rd birthday in July, by which time he will only have 2 years remaining on his Bayern contract, which is believed to include a £56.5 million release clause that could come into effect at the end of the season. Given Kane is currently the best striker in the world, a return to Spurs... by the way, is this written by Matt Law? Might be. A return to Spurs might seem fanciful, but there are several reasons it should not be discounted yet. The change at the top is one. Kane paid tribute to Levy and described him as a fantastic chairman following his exit earlier this summer, but there are those who believe a return with him at the helm would have been difficult. Telegraph Sport revealed in the days after Kane's move to Bayern that he had been barred from the Spurs training ground in the hours leading up to the transfer. Kane's family could not access the suite he held at Tottenham Stadium and had to rely on possessions being sent on, along with the players' belongings. The fact Vivian Lewis is now playing a more active role in the running of the club could also prove to be significant. Vivian is close to the Kane and his family, so much so that when Kane held a gender reveal party in 2020 ahead of the birth of their third child, Vivian was one of the few invited onto the Zoom call. Fucking hell. Clutching at straws. Let's carry on. Kane's favourite holiday spot is believed to be the 600-acre luxury Albany resort in the Bahamas, which is co-owned by the Lewis family and the Tavistock Group, for whom Vivian is senior managing director, and her son-in-law, Nick Boucher, who has taken on the greater influence at Spurs, is co-chief exec. What are we doing here? One of the reasons why Harry Kane might come back to Tottenham is because Vivian Lewis and her son-in-law are co-owners of the place the geezer likes to holiday. For fuck's sake, the PR that these Lewis kids are trying to play is unbelievable. I'm not having this. I am not having this absolute waffle. It continues. I can't believe this has been written in an article by the Telegraph. What are we doing? By the way, I'm reading this for the first time with you out loud. As reported by Telegraph Sport at the time, it emerged in February that Kane had a release clause in his Bayern contract that could eventually facilitate his return to England. German sources claim the clause meant he could have left Bayern in the winter transfer window of last season for 67 million, with the figure dropping to 56 next summer, as long as he tells the club of his intention to leave by the end of this winter's transfer window. So if he says by the end of January, I want to go in the summer, then we can trigger it for 57 million or whatever, or someone else can. That sets the price for a possible summer exit. Tottenham also have a first option agreement with Kane as part of the deal that took him to Bayern. That would only be applicable should Bayern agree to sell Kane and the striker wanted to return to Tottenham. There is no fixed fee in Spurs' first option agreement, meaning the club would still have to trigger his release clause or negotiate a price with Bayern to re-sign Kane. Kane's options. This was very much the summer of the strikers in the Premier League, with Arsenal, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Newcastle United all spending big on goal scorers. Crucially, all four clubs also signed strikers who will expect to lead the line for many years to come. While Erling Haaland remains at City, there doesn't seem to be any room for Kane there, so his options for a return to the Premier League may well be limited. Step forward Spurs, who took Randall Kolo Muani on a season-long loan with no option or obligation to buy him at the end of the campaign. Okay, so we're now like, okay, let's work with this. So Randall Kolo Muani is only on a loan without any option because we're going to get Harry Kane, are we? Okay. Either way, you could still put an option into that contract. An option only suits the club. Why wouldn't you do it? There is no prospect of Kane leaving Bayern mid-season, particularly as his big goal is to win the Champions League. But the clause could set the price for a possible summer exit. Tottenham also have first option agreement on Kane as part of the deal between Bayern. Wait a minute. Sorry, I've read that already. Sorry. While Erling Haaland remains at City, done that one. Erling Haaland, a move to Manchester City would appear unlikely. Done that bit as ready. Here we go. Here's the bit. Sorry. It would seem that the striker will be a priority position for Tottenham to fill next summer. Unlike many of their rivals, the club do not need to worry too much about their position regarding profit and sustainability rules. It has been estimated that Spurs have £200 million in PSR headroom, which means unlike some of their rivals, they do not have to worry about making a big outlay on a player who is at an age where they may have little or no resale value. The wage bill, though, Kane's estimated £400,000 a week buy-in wages would have made a return to Tottenham almost impossible under Levy. Unless the England captain was willing to take a huge pay cut, or the former chairman was prepared to make a huge exception for him, under Levy, Tottenham had the lowest wage-to-revenue ratio of the top 30 highest-earning clubs in world football. There has already been a subtle change to that approach this summer, with Christian Romero being made the club's highest earner and Spurs prepared to pay the big wages to complete the signing of Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig. Hang on a minute, Telegraph. This is more of this fucking bullshit rewriting of the story. Daniel Levy was still chairman of Tottenham when we signed Xavi Simons and when we gave Romero his highest club earner status. The rewriting of history, the revisionism, is not going to fly on Spurs Talk Show. I don't care how you feel about Levy. I am not going to allow the bollocks that is trying to get pushed through PR companies to be rewriting the story like suddenly Vivian and Charlie Lewis were responsible for us signing Xavi Simons and paying him enough money and giving Romero the deal, and that Daniel Levy was the cop block on those things. It's a load of wank, and I'm not having it, and you don't have to listen to me, but at least have the intuition to think about that before you make your decision, because that will be the narrative of those that are the Levy outers. If we sign a monster in January, or if next summer we sign a couple of monsters, and all of a sudden the wage bill starts to go up, the narrative will be Daniel Levy was the reason why it never happened before. It's bullshit. The people that are currently in charge were always in charge. Lipstick on a pig is still a pig. It doesn't matter how pretty it might look. Don't fuck the pig. Thomas Frank. New manager Thomas Frank is set to receive the financial backing to help Tottenham make up the ground on their rivals. Telegraph Sport revealed that Levy's exit is due to coincide with a new investment into the club worth over £100 million. And sources close to the Lewis family insist that proper support will be given to head coach Thomas Frank, and that money may also be spent differently to how it has been in the past. Listen to the way this is being narrated. Listen to it. Smell the bollocks. That may suggest there has finally been an acceptance that Tottenham's wage bill will have to increase if the club are to make ground on their rivals. Let's just go back a bit. Levy's exit is to coincide with new investment into the club worth over £100 million. What do you mean, the payday loan? The payday loan. What a load of absolute bollocks. Kane has left Tottenham to win trophies, apparently, which we know he did. He has done that and is likely to add to a second Bundesliga to his collection this season, given Bayern's start to the season. His big dream is to win the Champions League, and the early signs are that Europe's biggest competition will be an open race that Bayern should be a part of. I actually think Bayern Munich could win it this year. I really do. Ironically, Tottenham won their first trophy for 17 years without Kane, whilst Daniel Levy was in charge. Are you going to slide that one in there, Matt Law, or whoever it is that's written this load of wank? No, of course you didn't. And he'll be very aware of how special it would be to return and win silver at the club where he made his name. But perhaps the big remaining goal will be, for Kane, will be to go on and beat Alan Shearer's Premier League goal-scoring record, obviously. Kane left Tottenham and England 47 goals behind Shearer, who remained at the top of the charts with 260. Over the course of 9 full seasons at Tottenham, after becoming a first-team regular, Kane averaged 23 goals a season. Fuck it hell. 23 over 9 seasons. That's mad. For the club, and netted 30 in his final campaign at the club. That means that Kane may only need 2 seasons back in England to break Shearer's record, and could well set an unbeatable target of his own over the course of 3 or 4 campaigns. That is the end of the biggest load of drivel I've ever read in my life. And I apologise for listening to that, for having to read that shit out loud. What are we doing here? Oh, Sava's talking to me. Sean. Hello, Sava. Sean, wave to my viewers. Have you done did you do a thingy, did you? Did you do a redirect? Big up to you. How are you, my man? Sorry, I was reading a thing. Reading a thing. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. 100 million is peanuts. 100%. 100%. Did you do a thing? Sean's cooking, it says Alan, man. Give us a what? Listen. I'm waving to you. I was in the middle of a bloody article that I'd ripped behind a paywall. You got to appreciate what you're getting out of Spurs Talk Show these days. You know? Wave, bro. Now, good enough? Sean could be talking and no one wouldn't. Sean could be talking to no one and he wouldn't. I wouldn't know. Have I missed something? What have I got to do? Why are people saying it? Why are people talking to me? Purple rain, Harry Kane. I only want to see you when you play at White Hart Lane. Harry Kane, Harry Kane. You know it, baby. You know it. I want to see him play back at White Hart Lane, but I'm not interested in this Matlaw Telegraph bollocks. Did you do a raid? Is that what we did? Is that what I'm supposed to be saying thank you for? Thank you for the raid, if that's what you did. Or are you live streaming me to your channel right now? Is that what you're doing? Have you got me on your screen? Is that what you're doing? Sean, load up Sav's channel. What are we doing here? Let's create some inception. Let's create some inception. Right? Wait. Hang on. How do I do this? Mute that for a second, and I'm going to see if I can. How do I do this? StreamYard. Bang. Now you can see me seeing Sava, seeing me seeing Sava, seeing me seeing Sava. How about them apples? I'm live streaming you, live streaming me. I'm live streaming you, live streaming me. How about that? Talk about monopolization, Sava. Talk about monopolization, right? All those bozos out there who think that we're monopolizing, we don't need to redirect to each other's channel, mate. I'll just stream you, streaming me, streaming you, streaming me ad infinitum. Oh, this is fantastic. Let's keep it going. Let's see how long we go for. At some point, I think they're a few seconds behind them. Oh, wait, are we ahead? Let me get this. There we go. We've got an ad infinitum now. We're absolutely ad infinitum. You can all the way back in the background. You can see it. Superb. Sava and Perchi. We are streaming all the way into the levels. The levels are. By the way, you're getting a copyright strike. By the way, you are getting a copyright strike against you. You are getting a copyright strike against you straight after this, mate. How dare you? How dare you listen to me singing Purple Rain, Harry Kane? I'm going to add the rest of my cider. We got half an hour to go. Tell you what I'm going to do. Tell you what I'll do. I will go and I'm going to finish up. I'm going to go and join. Big up to you, Sava Raid. Big up to you. I'm going to finish up. I'm going to go and say hello to them for 20 minutes. So I wanted to just say hello to you lot. Love you all. But by the way, you're going to be redirected to. In fact, I'll change the redirect. I'll send you across right now. Let's do it. Let's all go over to Sava, shall we? Let's go over to Sava together, and then we're all going to go over to. And we'll all go over to the football link together in a minute. Let me change the football link to. There you go. All right. I'm out of here. Appreciate you all for listening to me waffle. And I will see you over there. So Sava's raiding me virtually, and I'm raiding us all back across to him before we go to Spurs 5 in a little while. I'll see you in a little while, guys. Stay there. We're going to go over to see Sava. Take care. Bye.